So today I'm going to do some extra practice over Module 1, Section 1. So just to review, Module 1 talked about solving linear equations. So when we do that, we're finding a value for an unknown variable that makes the equation true. And the common ways we solve for that variable is to use the addition multiplication property of equality and LCD, which is least common denominator. So our first example, we want to solve the equation 5x minus 8 equals 22. So basically, we're finding the value of x that makes this equation true. So we want to get the term with our variable by itself. So the first thing we want to do is get rid of this minus 8. So we're going to add it to both sides. So we end up with 5x equals 30. And then to get x by itself, we want to get rid of that 5. So we're going to divide both sides by 5. And we're going to end up with x equals 6. So if I were to plug 6 back into my equation, 5 times 6 minus 8 equals 22, I should get a true statement. So 5 times 6 is 30, minus 8 equals 22, and 30 minus 8 is 22. So we get 22 equals 22. So this is a nice way to check that your work is correct by plugging the value in for x and making sure you get a true statement. So our next example is x minus 9 all over 2 equals 3. So my first step is I want to get rid of that division, that divided by 2. So the way I can get rid of division is multiplication. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. And when I multiply the left side by 2, 2 divided by 2 becomes 1, so they're going to cancel. So I'm left with x minus 9 on the left equals, and then 3 times 2 is 6. Now, to get x by itself, we're going to add 9 to both sides, and we get that x equals 15. Our last example, we have 4 times x minus 5 plus 2 equals 4. So the first thing I'm actually going to do here is to distribute that 4 into the parentheses. So 4 times x becomes 4x, and then 4 times negative 5 becomes negative 20. Then I still have my plus 2 equals 4. Before I start getting x by itself, I'm going to actually combine like terms on the left side. So negative 20 plus 2 becomes 4x minus 18 equals 4. Now it's very similar to the example right above. I'm going to start working to get that 4x by itself. So I'm going to add 18 to both sides. So we get 4x equals 22. And lastly, I'm going to divide both sides by 4. Now, 22 divided by 4 is not a whole number. And I don't like to write decimal answers, so I want to leave my answer as a fraction in simplest form. So 22 divided by 4, both of those are even numbers, which means they can simplify. I can divide both of them by 2. So we end up with x equals 11 over 2 as our final simplified answer. Hopefully this clears up some questions you had over Module 1, Section 1. If there's any more questions you have, please reach out.